All right. Please find a comfortable posture. We'll start with some breathing. Pick a seat if you can, and that the spine can be upright. And just check with the back of your hand. You take the back of your hand to your low back, and you might find that if your nose is pointing that way, there's a little bit of a curve in. If it's going the other way, if you're like slumped to sit up, and you need to sit up a little higher. And it can have a little curve in, but it can also just sort of feel flat. We just want to avoid the sense of having that rounded collapse then. And then that should give you a sense of uprightness. Uprightness. And from there, soften the chest. You put the other hand on the chest now. Let it kind of sink down. So when you breathe in, the back of the ribs, back of the shoulders, feel like it's just gently broadening, almost like there's like a hug happening. You're not really making the physical shape change, but you can feel the breath breathing into the back body, son. Just try a couple like that, moving the breath in that way. Keep an upright spine and a soft chest. Move the breath into the back body. And just gently let the head fall a little bit forward so you get a stretch along the back of the neck. Turn your attention and your awareness to the back of your neck. Reverse that by inhaling, let your hands come to your sides now. Just keep a mental awareness of the low back and the chest as you lift up. And just notice what kind of wants to happen to the chest, what kind of wants to happen to the low back. And one more time, let the head grow a little heavy in the front like a bowling ball. And one more time, send the chin up skyward. And as you come back to neutral, drop your head off to the right. Let's tilt it to the left. One more time to each side. First side. Just noticing, growing mindfully aware of the body. Second side. And last range of motion in the neck. You're just going to turn your head to the right, close the tilt. Turn your head to the left. Try to keep your shoulders as relaxed as you're keeping the front of your chest. Turn to the right. Seeing where the movement draws your attention. Last time to the second side. Good. You can either press down on your knees as you come back to center or push forward so that you broaden the upper and mid back, extending out through your elbows. And then exhale, pull your elbows back. You would either, if you're keeping your hands on your knees, you're going to pull back with your hands, or you float them in the air like this and squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, push and round. Feel the broadening of the back. Inhale, squeeze and open the front. Exhale, push and round. Last one, squeeze and open. Come back to neutral. You're just going to reach up like you're raising your hand, your left hand. You're going to slowly keep the elbow bent and bring it up so maybe the elbow goes over the shoulder. It's okay if it stays out wide. It's okay if it stays here. Just kind of work nice and slow, 90-degree angle. Then come back down. Try to bring that elbow against the side rib. You feel a lengthening happen along this part of your shoulder, top of the shoulder. Like a really weird way to say hello. Nice and slow, just rotating the socket of the rotator cuff. If you start to feel impingement here, that's where you stop. Just listening to that rotation. And then slowly back down against the side rib. Good. Now this time, turn your head and do the same thing. So you're not looking at the arm that's moving, but you're building a mental awareness of how that joint relates to the tendon, the muscle, and the ligament. The ligament's part of the joint. And last time, come back down. Let's go back to neutral and take the other arm. Doesn't matter how high you lift it, you're just trying to grow your mental awareness, like a yogic mindset. Nice and steady, trying to feel. There's a ball joint at the top of the humerus. It sits into these really thin bones of the rotator cuff. And notice our mobility. Nice and easy so we can feel and sense. Do one or two more times. You'll turn your head this time away from the moving arm. Just to open up a little more. For me, it opens up a little more mobility at least. Good. Come back to center. Take the palms, reach them down on a diagonal and pull back with your shoulders so the arms are back like a skydiver. And squeeze onto your shoulder blades. And relax. We'll briefly lay on our backs now. If you have one, please go find yourself a strap. If you don't have a strap, you'll be able to use your hand, but a strap will make it easier. With the strap, you'll actually make a loop today so that your foot could fit through it. And you'll put the loop in the middle of the foot. Let's do our left foot. So let's give everybody a minute to kind of lay on their backs and get their strap set up. All right, once you're there, you're going to lift up your left leg. And you're going to hold the strap with both hands at first. And just kind of pull down the strap. Try to really seat the leg bone into the hip. You can flex your foot so you're drawing the toes down towards the body. Now, either keep your right leg foot flat on the floor or extend it out flat on the floor. And hold the strap, so it's your left leg in the air. Hold the strap with your right hand and pull the leg across the body without letting the left hip come off the ground. Pull the left leg across the body without letting the hip come off the ground. Yes. Now with your left hand, you can put your hand on the side of your left hip and kind of use your thumb to push your hip down and away from your torso. This will help release some of that IT band we were just talking about. Inhale, come back up. Bend the knee deep, so you're pulling your thigh down towards your outer ribs, your outer left ribs. Then unhook your strap. Mine's stuck on my foot. And release the foot to the floor. Go ahead, bend the other leg, hook the strap on the foot, and reach it up to the sky. Again, that left leg can be straighter on flat, or it can be bent so the foot's on the floor. Just take a moment to kind of stretch, and as you stretch, what you're doing is you're pulling down to pull the leg bone down into the hip. From there, holding the strap only in your left hand, pull it across the body, stretch the outer hip. And you can use your right hand on the outer hip, use the thumb to kind of pull the outer hip or the top of the hip crease down away from your torso, just a little bit. Come back up. Pull down with both hands if you want as you bend your thigh towards your outer ribs. And then you can reach up and release the strap off your foot. Good. From here, flatten your back on the mat so that that lumbar, that low back is flat, not rounded on the mat. And then float your knees above your hips. Your knees floating above your hips, reach your toes towards the sky as best you can without causing any cramping. And then rebend your knees. Nice and slow. Slide the toes towards the sky, keeping the knees over the hips and the low back flat, and then rebend your knees. One more time. And this time, hold the legs there and reach your arms straight into the sky. You can keep reaching with your fingertips so much that your shoulders come off the ground. You want a little more work, keep reaching until your head comes off the ground and you're engaging your whole core. Breathe here. You don't have to have your hands touch your toes or even think about that. But that's the activation, activating the core. Good, bend the knees and slowly rest into your mat. Take a deep breath here for a moment. And whether rolling to your side or rock and rolling, come up to a comfortable seat and then come forward into tabletop posture. Hands and knees. Press down firmly through your palms. And bring your low back in and up just slightly. From here, lift your left leg up and bring it behind your right leg. So your knee's going to touch the ground on the other side, feeling the crisscross of your legs. It's kind of like eagle legs, but like it fell forward. fell forward. And just stretch the outer hip again. And then lift that knee up nice and high like you're making a rainbow crescent and put it back in its starting position. Inhale, lift up your right knee, make a rainbow arc all the way over the left leg and touch the knee down on the opposite side. Pause, breathe. And then inhale, lift that knee all the way up, rainbow shape again, and come back to center. Let's do it a couple of times. Left leg up and rainbow arcs across. Touch. Left leg up and rainbow arcs back to neutral. Right leg up and rainbow arc. And then rainbow arc again to undo. A couple more times. Left leg, rainbow arcs across. Keep breathing, noticing what's happening in the hips as you do this. And then inhale up, rainbow arc to neutral. Inhale, right leg, rainbow arcs up and across. Get that knee all the way to the ground. You have to shift your hips. And then inhale, lift the rainbow arc up, back to neutral. Last round. Left leg, rainbow arc. And then right leg, rainbow arc. That's up. Excuse me. Good. Now take your knees nice and wide apart and tuck the toes so that the pads of the toes are on the mat. and start to sit back so you feel a stretch in the toes, in the arch of the foot. So you're moving towards child's pose. Your hands can still be on the mat. And we're trying to feel a stretch in the sole of the foot, in the toe joint. Breathe here a moment and feel nice and steady and easy. Long, deep breath. Creating that yogic awareness. Yogic awareness. You meet people now that feel less embodied than you, maybe. Maybe you remember when you were like that. Maybe you realize that after you spent a lot of days in traveling in a car and an airplane, or just watching screens, you feel less embodied. And then you meet folks and it's like, wow, they're not as aware of their body. Yoga is about sort of just seeing what the opposite end of that spectrum can be like. Feeling into our joints, not causing our own harm, but learning how our body works and how to keep it mobile and healthy. Come back to neutral, come back to tabletop, and start to walk your knees back nice and steady. You can do this on your hands, or you can lower down to your forearms as you start to walk the knees back nice and steady. Any amount, most challenges to just lift your knees off the ground in either a plank or a forearm plank. And today, bring your low back up just enough so it's flat. And that core, the deep core, is engaged by the navel. Breathe here. Just move the knees down and walk back, or legs straight. Good. Lower the pelvis down into the mat. Inhale, curl forward gently into Sphinx posture. Good. Lower down where your hands are kind of near your shoulders. Nice and slow. Keep your palms pressing down and just push with your right hand. So your right hand doesn't go anywhere, but as you push down with it, it's gonna, as you push your right hand down, you're gonna sort of roll your body to the left. It's like you're trying to push the floor away, but ends up happening is sort of rolling that shoulder, and then your upper spine kind of rolls over to the left. Just open the neck there. You can sort of move the neck a little bit to find a stretch that works for your body. And then roll it back to center, and then use the left hand. Push the left hand down and away, and just the passivity, the relaxation of the rest of the body. It'll move your upper spine over to the right, and it lifts the left shoulder a little bit up into the air, and just breathe and see what happens in this, like a half cobra sort of thing. Inhale back to center. Push down with both hands and feel how that sends your spine upwards into cobra. Pushing down with both hands. Good, we're gonna try that again. Lower all the way down. Just working the right hand. Push with the right hand so it rolls the body over to the left a little bit. And keep the palm flat. Stay steady with your effort. Appreciate, really release the trap muscle. That's the upper back muscle on the side that's doing the pushing. Good. Roll it back to center. Push with the left hand so it rolls you open and sends the head and shoulders kind of over to the right. Breathe and feel. And we start to turn our attention away from worldly activity, all the hullabaloo of the screens and the driving, society. It's called a pratyahara. Pratyahara, you're sort of withdrawing and turning the awareness inward. Come back to center. Push down with both hands so you end up going up in the middle. You're using the body sensation, musculature to just give yourself a little bit of respite from the noise and chatter of worldly life, human consciousness. Let your head hang like you were a cat hanging from its collar. Mama cat's got you. And then exhale, push back. Downward facing dog. We'll be here for about 5 deep breaths. 5 deep breaths. Good. Now conscientiously work the right heel down a little bit deeper. You might even bend your left knee. And then slowly change sides. So you're stretching not back through the knee. Be conscientious not to stretch back through the knee, but down the calf. Going back to the first side, work the right heel down. Go back to the left side, work the left heel down. Good. Bend both knees. Keep the toes deeply tucked and separate your knees and slowly push back so you're stretching the sole of the foot. When you're ready, if you've got some blocks, you can bring them near you and bring your body upright, kneeling pose. If you want to put a blanket under your knees or fold your mat, a little more support, go right ahead. Turn the palms open and up. Open across the front of your chest a little bit here. Take a few deep breaths. Yogic awareness. One step is this idea of pratyahara, withdrawing our senses. Even though we're making this gesture, being open and outward, our awareness is on our inner feeling, our inner sensing. Sink back down. When you're ready, you're going to bring your hands to your blocks. Take a big old step forward with your left foot into a crescent lunge. Crescent lunge. Take a moment to get your distance and length right between your front foot and your back knee. And then you're going to come up from the blocks, putting your hands on your front knee. And today we're gonna sink our hips forward, but we're not going to do it quite yet. Before we do that, we're actually gonna come out of our pose. We're gonna think about taking our belly muscles back a little bit, so it flattens the low back a little bit, as opposed to dumping into an arch. Now keep that belly muscle hugging the sort of the flattening of your low back, and now start to sink your hips forward. So you should get a stretch along the front of the right hip. It's going to be a little more subtle. It's going to be a little bit deeper in the body than just on the surface. We're releasing the hip flexor here. Go nice and slow, and if you can, then you're going to lift up your right arm like you're trying to give someone a big old high five who's taller than you. And keep that belly muscles floating back. Don't dump or arch forward. The hips will sink forward, but we don't arch into it. Keep reaching up with that top hand. Breathe. Good. Let's sit on back. And slowly put your hands on the blocks and just work yourself to the other side. Right leg forward. Take a moment to find your distance and your width. When you're ready, you're going to come up onto that front knee. It's going to take a little extra moment to get into it. To me, it's worth the reward. Cleared hip flexor. Bring the belly muscles back a little bit so your low back gets flatter, like what we did in the beginning of class. That feels flatter. Keep that sensation, and then let the hips sink forward. You may not be able to go as far as normal, but you're actually stretching a different muscle group. And with that being held back, if you want, you add lifting the left arm. You're giving someone a big old high five. We'll use a rope around your waistline, and someone's pulling that lassoed rope back behind you, even as the hips are trying to go forward. Keep breathing. Clearing that deep hip flexor. Good. Put the hands back down the blocks and reach those blocks to the front of your sticky mat as you step forward into forward fold. Have your feet about shoulders or hips distance apart. And from here, you're just going to rock and shift your weight to the right edges of your feet. And then you'll rock and shift your weight to the left edges of your feet. So you're moving the body weight left to right as your feet remain planted. Growing that inward turning, withdrawing of our senses. It's believed in yoga if you can truly withdraw your awareness from your senses. Now, your senses are still there. It's your awareness of the senses. And we're just slowly starting to rein them in. There's a state of deep peace. And we're no longer sort of compelled to that outward reaching. Lift up your heels a little bit, like you're on tippy toes, just gonna work those toe joints again, like one heel and the other. Tippy toe, working the toe joints. Good, and then plant your feet, root down through your feet so you can remove your hands from the floor, and inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, stretch your arms up high to the sky. Exhale, bow forward. Put your hands on the blocks again. And have about 2 feet, maybe 2.5 feet between your feet and hands. And then you're just gonna lift your left leg up and kind of pull it across the body. So you're pulling it in front of the right toe, and then bring it back to this forward fold thing, this 2 feet forward fold. Then you're gonna bring your right foot forward, use your hip flexor, and then pull it across, and then come back. One more time each side. Plant your feet, then rock forward, bring your left foot forward to the middle, and then across the right side, and then come back. Plant your feet. Inhale, rock forward, bring your right foot forward, swing it across, and then back. Good. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, flat back. Good. Step your left foot forward, step your right leg back, and press down through both feet. Press down through both feet and try to lift up through the backs of your legs. Just think about it a second. Draw lines all the way up the backs of your legs. And have it feel like an energy. And let that keep going up your low back, up your middle and upper back until you're rising up into a crescent lunge or warrior one. And just keep lifting. So then try again. Now that you're upright, pull energy up the backs of your legs and let it just affect the muscles until it lifts you up, maybe even lifts your gaze and arms up. Working on balancing that way. Breathe here. We're creating an inner body awareness using our proprioception of our back body. Good. Exhale, put your hands down, step the foot forward, and let's change the legs. Change the legs. Which leg is in front? With our hands down, plant your feet and just work on drawing energy up the backs of your legs, from your heel to your calf, to your knee, to your hamstring. You're lifting energy to help fire those muscles and build awareness. And then keep going until it enters your low back, mid back, etc., bringing you upright. And then you do it again from the heels. Bring energy up, activating your awareness all up the back of your legs and body into a warrior one or high lunge. Breathe here. Exhale, lower down. Good. Hands on blocks or on the mat. Step back. Downward facing dog for a few breaths. A little more challenge. You'll just hold yourself a plank pose. And we'll all come to a plank pose. Keep breathing. And exhale, come down. Knees first, then the chest, and then the chin. Release the hips to the earth. Inhale, curl up, cobra. Exhale, lower down. Push with the right arm only so it rolls the upper body to the left. Let it release the chest and the traps. Come back to neutral. Push with the left hand so it rolls the body to the right. Back to center. Inhale, bend both knees and point your toes towards the ceiling. Good. Keep the toes pointing towards the ceiling. Push your knees down a little bit. Feel how it lifts your butt in the air. Good. Hold it for 2 breaths. Good. Keep pressing your knees down and drop the pelvis into the floor and lift your body up. Cobra pose. You get the straight arms. Great. Breathe. So it's like a cobra pose with we'll call it mermaid pose. Good. Exhale. Push back. Tuck your toes. Sit your hips back. Inhale. Come forward. Step back into plank posture. And then take your left foot forward on the left edge of your mat. So it's a nice wide lunge. Take your right foot to the right edge of your mat. And turn the foot down. Inhale, come up. It's a wide warrior 1. Rise up. Wide warrior 1. Breathe here. Keep breathing. Plant your feet. Now gently bring your hands down to the sides of your waistline like this and encourage the belly muscles to go back. So we're gently flattening the back, not rounding it. It doesn't have to be perfectly flat. It's just as if there was someone held a lasso around your waist and was gently pulling that lasso back. And kind of imagine that they were still doing that as you move your hips forward, as you sink your front knee, and maybe lift your arms up. Good. Exhale, place your hand. You're going to step back. Downward dog or plank pose. Get ready for the second side. With your right foot, you're going to step to the right edge of your mat. Your left foot will go to the left edge. Feet planted, rise up. Nice wide-legged warrior 1. Good. Imagine that lasso rope tied around your waist and someone gently pulls it back to help fill in the low back. Keep that as you open the arms and sink your hips into the pose. Breathe. Turning inward, deep into the root, near our spine. Good. Step to the front of your yoga mat. Bend your knees. As you sink back, again, feel that gentle hug back of the belly muscles. Inhale, stand up. Same thing, gentle hug back. Think about that lasso rope. Or not, then it'd be easy. You can think about it. If someone had a rope tied around your waist with just a little pull, they could pull you right over from that area. So they're just giving you a little awareness to help change the stability of your core. Inhale back up. We're gonna inhale, lift our arms up this time and take our left knee up nice and high, just for a moment, and then hook the left knee over the right. So you can put that foot on the floor. We did this last week. And what you do is you push, as you bend your right knee, let it push into the back of the left calf. Sit down, breathe. You want to give yourself a calf massage with the right knee. Good, come back up. Inhale, lift up, bring up the right knee nice and high. And then once you hit that edge, you'll hook it across the front and sit down. Breathing. Turning inward, deep into our core. Good, inhale, come back up, mountain pose. Turn your feet out about as wide as the mat, so your toes are just off the edge of your mat and heels are just inside the edge of your mat. You're gonna bend your knees out on a 45-degree angle in the direction of your toes. So it's kind of like horse stance, it's kind of like a squat pose. Keeping the inner thigh stretching. Good, reach your arms out for balance. You can go as low as you want, trying to go higher than the shoulder. And just extend the distance between each hand. Breathe here. Good, turn the palms up. Inhale, lift up, let the palms touch if available. Look up through the thumbs. Exhale, bend, sit down low. Breathe here. Inhale, palms up. Inhale, come up. Exhale, sit down, breathe here. Now I know the Pratyahara can go right out the window. It's like, yeah, I feel my quads all right, but I am not turning inward. I am looking outward. I'm hoping my mind will tell me about the future when this is over. Inhale, come up. Try to stay deep in the sensation of this moment. Sit down, last round. Creating a yogic awareness. A little bit of pressure. Sometimes the pressure helps us. It helps us get focused. Everyone's different. Inhale, come up. You'll toe the feet back towards the center. And come into mountain pose. Pushing down through both legs. If you have any trouble squeezing your thighs and ankles together at the same time, you're going to put a block between your upper knees and squeeze that instead. Go ahead, give it a squeeze. Gently press your hands against your outer thighs. And breathe here. Fill up the breath. Fill up the back part of your breath. And an opportunity to turn inward. Good, now nice and slow. You're gonna start to hinge at your hips, not at your back. Hinge at your hips and bow forward like you're one of those little toys where, like, when the cup fills up with water, the head bops forward into the water. I'm just gonna go about a quarter of the way, 45 degrees. Good, maybe go, see if I can get to halfway without rounding our back. Just feel the tension up the back body. Good, if you've got blocks, you put your hands on those blocks. Inhale, look forward. And just slowly draw the right leg straight back. Pull it across to the left as far as it will go. And then come back, lift it up nice and high. And then drop into that warrior one again. Bring your hands onto your hips. One hand might go to the belly, one hand might go to the low back, and try to feel that lasso effect where that waistline, midline gets pulled back. Good. If you can keep it in your mind, you don't need your hands, you can go back to your hips as you sink your hips and knee forward. Breathe. Good. Straighten your legs. You can keep your feet just as they are. A little more of that IT band work that we've been working on. As you straighten your front leg, you're also going to walk your front leg, that should be your left leg, over to the right. You might walk it all the way over to the edge of the mat. But don't open the hips. The hips have to stay where they were, square. That helps you stretch. If you just turn the hips, then you're not getting the outer hip stretch on the left leg. So keep the hips square as you narrow the stance, and then you can bow forward. Hands on the hips today. Let's work on our balance. Let's work on our muscular control in our legs. You don't have to go far to really activate the feet and legs. Hold it and breathe. Hard to focus. Turn inward. Working both legs straight, both feet flat on the floor. Okay, if the arch lifts up, the heel and the toe pads are down. Good. Bend the front knee. Bring your hands to the front of your mat and change legs. Actually, cancel. Come back to forward fold. Something else happened. I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, no. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Glad y'all were here to remind me. Thank you. Bring the feet together or use the block. And squeeze the legs. Squeeze the legs. Toning of the inner legs. Remember that waistline thing that you've been working on today? And now we're going to hinge at the hips, not the low back. About 45 degrees. You're like one of those little bird toys that drinks water out, red water out of a cup. I'll give you a bonus yoga credit if you know the name of that toy. If you want to try to go halfway forward, go right ahead. That may be enough. Got to watch you reach for those blocks. Put weight down through your hands. Inhale, lift your left leg up, straight back, and then pull it across. And then come back up, lift it as high as it'll go. High as it'll go. Press down through the right foot as you do this. And then land back in Warrior One, coming up. Hands on your hips. Remembering this action that we worked on. Gently sink the hips forward through the knee without collapsing the lower back. It doesn't have to be a lot. It actually be kind of less movement today to get that inner awareness. To turn inward, to be that sensitive. The other option is to just push harder. But turning inward is not about pushing harder. It's about noticing more in greater sensitivity, in a deeper sense of center. Take our awareness to the spine behind our belly. Good. When you're ready, you're going to straighten the leg. If you want to walk that front foot across the midline, just try to keep your hips just as square to the front of the mat. And then from here, hinge at the hips again, like we did, rather than round the back. Hands on the hips to challenge our sense of balance, so that our feet, strength of our legs, are what's holding the pose. You might not go as deep, but you're challenging a different quality. The heel, and the balls of the foot planted on the mat. Now back up, bend your knees, and step to the front of your yoga mat. Nice long hold. Good job, folks. Mountain pose. Bring your hands to your low back. A little massage. Make sure that you haven't over-rounded your back. Anything is just to make it easier to open up and back bend. Look what we've been doing. Lift your chest and throat. Lift your chest and throat. Pull your elbows and shoulders wide, so it's like you're opening up the central channel, the central column of your spine, making a big pathway down the front. Fill yourself up with breath through the center of your body. Exhale, bow forward. Put your hands on blocks from the floor. Step back to plank pose and hold your plank pose. Breathe here. Bend just one knee, and then bend the other knee. Try to keep your hips square if you can without rotating. Bend one knee in your plank pose. Maybe that knee touches the ground. And then straighten it as you bend the other knee. Maybe it touches the ground. So it's quite a challenging plank. If you're more in downward dog, it's a little easier. It's more like what we did earlier. Let's do 3 more on each side. The knee will touch the ground of one leg in plank, but we don't turn our hips if possible. One more round, stay with it. Good, downward facing dog. Exhale, come down to your knees, widen your knees, tuck your toes like we did earlier, and sit back and try to stretch the sole of your foot. Good, come back to tabletop. And tabletop, push your left knee forward and take it just gently across. You've got a nice narrow pigeon pose like we've been practicing. Narrow pigeon, so the knees are in a straight line down the middle of your mat. Scoop the knee back. And now we're going to practice the exercise that we've been working on all class. With your hands on the blocks, find that lasso around your navel, waistline area. It just gently pulls you back to fill in your low back. It might lift your hips up a little in this variation. Make sure you're not puffing your upper back, folks. Try to relax your upper back. Yeah, that's a little too puffed there, Kathy. Just the low back. And now keep that core. You kind of got to use your core to stabilize as you sink the pelvis forward. And as you sink the pelvis forward, just gently turn your right hip a little more down, like a 2 millimeters. Just turn your right hip a little more down. Good, breathe. Let that low back collapse into the pose. More deep breaths. Good, downward facing dog posture. Something neutralizing for you. The same thing. Knees down the midline, narrow pigeon pose. Push down, the blocks are on the floor to bring your waistline back just a little bit. Just a little bit. And now gently turn the outer left hip forward like a millimeter or two. You should feel a lot of internal stuff happening in the hips, the outer hip, and the deep, deep core. Turn inward. Notice. Good. Step back, plank pose. Hold your plank pose. You can do kneeling plank. You can do downward dog. And we're going to do the knee touches again. One side and then the other. 3 rounds on each side. Go a little quicker this time. Good. Both knees down. Exhale, lower down. And rest in the mat. Spread your palms nice and bright. Get your thumbs and pinkies far away from each other. And plant your hands. Let's do that rolling cobra. Push with your right hand so it rolls your skull and spine to the left. Then open the shoulder, top of the shoulder, top of the base of the neck. Keep the hands spread. Push with the left hand. Let it roll the spine and skull to the right. Deep breath. Roll it back to center. Inhale, cobra down the middle. Press the tops of your feet into the floor. Press your palms into the earth. Let your spine open down the central column of your body. Breathe all the way into your spine. Try to feel your whole awareness light up your spine as you're breathing. Press back, downward facing dog pose. Walk it forward to forward fold. Inhale, flatten. Exhale, release it. Get your weight in your feet so you don't need your hands. Inhale, come up. Reach up tall. And reach up tall. Bring up your left leg. Left knee high. You don't need the chair for this. We're just making one big movement. Step it over. Stack your knees. If you want to do balancing eagle, you can. I'm going to put my foot on the ground and get that calf massage myself. Sit down into it. Breathe here. Back to mountain. Inhale, bring up your right knee. Stack. Sit down into it, whatever version of the pose you're wanting to work with. Inhale back to center. Good. Step your right leg back. And try to line your left toes, heel, in a straight line with the arch of your back foot. Even line up on the edge of the mat to make it easier for yourself. It's just about a rough estimate here. Keep the legs straight today. Plant down through your feet. And now pull up through your legs. Like earlier, we drew up through the back of our legs. And we're doing that as well, But this time we're doing up through the whole leg, through the whole ankle, all sides of the front, back, and the inner part of the leg. Drop up. Good. Now, tip your pelvis as you push back down through your front leg. Push back down through your front leg. Breathe. Inhale, come up. Change sides. Plant your feet. Before you go into the pose, draw up through your legs evenly, consciously. Use your inner awareness. You draw all the way up into the deep core of your pelvis, your low spine. And then as you start to tip into the pose, push back down the front of your, or I guess back down your front leg. That's how I want to say that. Breathe. Inhale, come up and find your strap. You're gonna loop your strap. Make a loop with your strap, a tiny loop. You're gonna, oh my gosh, I'm on theme. You're gonna make a lasso. Except you're not gonna put a lasso around your waist. That part's not right. But there's a very tiny loop. So that your foot, or our first side, you're gonna put your left foot in the lasso. Now, if you want extra challenge, you actually just push it, you loop it on your big toe. But the arch of the foot is what I'm actually teaching. All right, step back into triangle legs again. So the same pose we did last time. First, we draw up our legs. And just hold that for a moment. Draw up our legs. Now start to push down through the front leg. And the left hand will go onto the shin somewhere. With your right hand, that's your top hand, you're gonna reach it up above your front foot. So it's like a flagpole. You're making the strap look like a flagpole. If you've got the toe, you gotta keep that toe down. That toe's gonna wanna lift up because you're pulling so much. Keep the toe down. If you've got it on the arch, just plant your foot. The foot down, try to pull up with your top hand. Pull up. Good, breathe. And now as you're pulling up, turn your gaze if you can. Try to stay balanced and turn your gaze and look up. This will help open the ribs and chest. Breathe here. Now, I don't know how you're gonna get out of this one. I'm just kidding. You gotta let go of the strap to come up. And then change sides. Start in the stance with the footwork we talked about and plant the feet, glue them to the earth. Push down through both feet. Down through both feet. Tip the pelvis. You push down through both legs, and you're gonna, the right hand will hold your shin somewhere, your left hand, lift your left hand straight up above your front foot, and pull, tone those upper muscles while locking down the front big toe or the front arch. Just stay here and breathe, or if you want, you're gonna turn your gaze to look up at your top hand. Breathe. Good. Let go of the strap. Inhale to come up. And step out of the posture. Good job. Take a moment. Stand in mountain pose. Okay. You can use the strap again or skip the strap. We're going to do a twisting standing balance. You can choose, are you going to hold the outer leg at the knee? Totally fine, don't need a strap. Or if you want, you're going to hook the strap on the toe or the foot. So we're going to lift our left leg, which means you're going to have the wall on your left side. So stand in mountain pose with the wall on your left side if you want the wall for balance. Or skip it entirely and go rest in on your bed. Okay. So slowly bring up the leg. Bring up the leg and hold it with your right hand. So if you're holding the hand on the knee, to keep the knee bent, we're going to hold the strap with the hand. And you're holding the strap, you gotta push with your foot. And then you're gonna put your left hand on the wall. You can walk your hand back along the wall as you twist your body. You've got the strap, you can work your hand down the strap closer to the foot as you turn and twist your body towards the wall. Breathe here. You don't need the wall. You might take your left hand, remember from the very beginning of class when we were laying on the mat, put your thumb right at the top of the hip crease and push the hip crease down. And come back to center and release. Turn and face the other side, the other wall. We're going to be lifting our right leg up this time. So you'll hold the strap or the leg with your left hand. And the wall will be on your right. Nice and slow. Let's bring the leg up. Got to push with your foot if you've got the strap. And then start to turn the body open to the right. Breathe. Turn inward and concentrate on the sensations. There's plenty of sensations. You don't need to go deeper. Just be with the current sensations. Gotta take my own advice sometimes. My body can't go into this pose on this side of deep. You humble the awareness and look at what the body's experiencing versus what the mind is trying to create. Good, and release. Good job, everyone. These are tough poses. Slowly come down to kneeling. Take a moment to sit back between the heels. And just rest your nervous system. Here you're going to let your shoulders and your head get a little heavy. You can let the back be a little rounded here as you relax. Just try to turn inward. Keep your palms down or in your lap. And drop your awareness into your spine and into your low spine if you can, behind your belly. Turn inward. Feel the effects of turning inward. Pratyahara. When you're ready, you'll slowly, staying inward, come out of the pose. Lie on your back. Get yourself a bridge pose. Your feet flat on the floor. Just go ahead and lift your hips up. Stretch the back of the neck. Breathe here. Lower your hips down. Let's do that 2 or 3 more times. You go at your own pace. Squeeze your butt a little bit. Make sure you retone if you feel any little tweaky, any overstretching there. Squeeze your butt to help lift your legs. 1 more time. Nice counter to the practice. Lower down. If you'd like to take a final twist, because we almost always end class that way, go right ahead, even though we did quite a bit of twisting there. So we might not actually want that today. You just see what feels right on your body. Maybe it's just for a moment. Then stretch your limbs out. Stretch your arms out. Let your body be long. Let gravity be in charge of the posture. And breathe. Maybe end up in a place that's so inward, even deeper than the body sensations, deeper than the breath. Pratyahara, turning inward. Stretch your body. Take a roll to your side and comfortable seat on your mat. Thanks, y'all. Namaste. Jim and Billy, y'all still there? I think I lost them.
Darn. Thank you, Rich.
You're welcome.
It was wonderful.
Thank you, Rich. Enjoyed the class. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye. Good to see you.
Take care.
Thanks, y'all. Appreciate you being here.
Enjoy the weather.
Yeah, you too.
Bye-bye.
You hear
Bye-bye.
me?
There you
No.
go.
Rich, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Rich.
Yeah,
Went from
Were you able to do the class, Jim and Billy?
I don't think they can hear you.
Yeah, I don't think they can hear me either. I'm talking to you.
now I can hear you. The last 10 minutes, you broke up real bad here. I don't know if it did for other people.
Yeah, your screen went blank. Maybe there's an internet issue for you all, but I'll send you the recording because you guys disappeared. You were still here, but anyway, you're back now.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, it was great.
Despite my initial comments, I shut my mind down and kept trying, and it made a world of difference. Thank you.
Well, that's great. Well, see, the last 10 minutes we did like 700 push-ups, so you got to see that.
Don't need to send those. Thank you very much. No, we could see you, and we watched the screen and tried to replicate it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just a
Thank you.
weird audio thing. Take care. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Have a great week off, Kathy.
Thank you.
Yeah, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.